Two people, same age. One graduated top of his class with a degree and lands a job paying around $5,700 a month. That's the current average starting salary for a bachelor's grad in the US right now. The other one dropped out entirely and makes over $15,000 a month with no debt and full control of his schedule. To be clear, this isn't a pitch to drop out. Plenty of careers genuinely require a degree, and if that's your path, stay on it. What actually made the difference here isn't the degree or the lack of one. It's a repeatable skill set. And today, I'm showing you exactly what it is, how to figure out which version of it fits you, and the 4-step loop that gets you paid while you're still learning. No hype, no gimmicks, just what actually moves the needle with your money. I'm Jim, and this is where we talk straight about it. Step 1 is figuring out your lane, because the biggest mistake people make chasing a big income is trying to fix their weaknesses instead of leaning into what they're already naturally good at. There's a well-known and honestly debated claim that young children test dramatically higher on creative thinking measures than adults. And however you feel about the exact numbers, the underlying idea holds up. A lot of natural ability, gets trained out of us by a system built to make everyone the same. So here's the talent map. 4 broad types, and you're probably a blend, but one usually leads. The organizer brings structure to chaos, planning, systems, keeping things running. The analyst breaks things down, spots patterns, and figures out what's actually working. The communicator explains clearly, persuades, and gets people on board. And the creative sees connections other people miss and comes up with new angles. Figure out which one leads for you, because in a minute, that decides exactly which direction to go. Now, 5 service categories businesses already pay well for, and every single one can realistically clear $10,000 a month once you're good at it. Whichever one you pick, it should hit one of 3 rules: make a business more money, save it time, or save it money. Ideally more than one at once. Brand identity, designing the logo, colors, and overall look that makes a business instantly recognizable and lets it charge more for the exact same product. Best fit. Creative, backed up by organizer. AI automation, building simple systems that take over repetitive tasks. Customer replies, scheduling, data entry, so a business stops burning paid hours on busy work. Best fit, analyst, backed up by organizer. Deal making, connecting businesses to sponsorships, partnerships, and opportunities, and taking a commission or finder's fee. Best fit, communicator, backed up by organizer. Video editing for business, not cutting clips for fun. Editing the content that actually grows an audience and drives sales. Best fit, creative, backed up by analyst. And funnel building, designing the online path that turns a stranger into a paying customer. Landing pages, email sequences, checkout flow. Best fit, organizer, backed up by analyst. Notice the pattern. Every single one leans on your talent type from a minute ago. Pick the one where your natural lane overlaps with the service and stick with it. Here's the biggest lie young people get told: that learning has to happen before earning. If you want to build real income quickly, you need to learn and earn at the same time through what I'll call the learn while earning loop. Step 1, define. Take the service you picked and strip it down to the simplest, most deliverable version, not the perfect version in your head. One young editor I know, Ryan, wanted to become a professional videographer. That's too big and vague to start, so he defined it down to one sentence: edit videos for local businesses. Step 2, sell. Not learn more, not tweak the offer, sell. Ryan pitched dozens of local businesses, and almost all of them said no. But one local business said yes, and that one yes is worth more than 100 hours of practicing alone. Step 3, deliver. This is where you actually get good, because a real paying client creates real pressure and real feedback that practicing by yourself never does. Step 4, fix. Once you've delivered the service a few times, patterns show up. Where it's slow, where it's clunky. This is where tools like AI genuinely help remove the bottlenecks you found. Step 5, systematize. Reliable, on-time, clearly communicated work is what actually gets you repeat clients, more than raw talent ever does. And then it repeats. Every lap through this loop, you're not starting over. You're refining from a stronger position. That's the loop. And it's what turns a skill into real income faster than sitting in a classroom ever could. Here's something that genuinely doesn't feel fair at first. Two people can do the exact same service to the exact same standard, and one earns 10 times more than the other. That's because you're not paid for how good the work is. You're paid for how clearly you position its value. A freelancer says, I design logos. Someone positioning the same skill around outcomes says, I help businesses charge more by improving how they're perceived. Same work, completely different price tag, because now you sound like an investment instead of a cost. A freelancer says, I build chatbots. The position version, I remove manual work and cut costs every month. A freelancer says, I build landing pages. The position version, I turn the traffic you already have into paying customers. Same skill, same output. The only thing that changed is whether you're describing the task or the result. Stop talking about what you do. Start talking about what it does for them. Last piece, build a name people trust. One well-documented example. A YouTube creator sold a small media startup to a major TV network for a reported $25 million back in 2016, even though the product itself barely had revenue. What they actually bought was his reputation and his audience. You don't need millions of followers for a smaller version of this to work. The simplest move, clean up your own profile so it's instantly obvious who you are, what you do, and why you're good at it. Most people skip this and just mass message strangers instead, which is exactly why those messages get ignored. Get the profile right first, and everything after gets easier. None of this requires a specific degree, a huge following, or starting capital. It requires picking one lane that fits your natural talent, choosing one service, and running the loop. Define, sell, deliver, fix, systematize, over and over until it compounds. The grad and the dropout from the start of this video didn't diverge because of school. They diverged because one of them found this loop and one didn't. Which of the 4 talent types are you? Tell me in the comments. And if this helped, there's a lot more where it came from. That's the straight talk for today. If it landed, subscribe. There's a new one waiting every week.